everyone's day has been going well and was good. Um, on this Saturday, today, and all that. My day's been pretty good. All I did today was I relaxed at home and just kind of chilled. Nothing really too crazy, honestly. I mean, y'all. That's what Saturday should look like. Is just a ordinary chill day at home and just kind of relaxing and all that. Except for a second. Anyway, if anybody here, but if anyone's new here, welcome. And if you are a returning subscriber who's been here recently, welcome back. Um, Even that goes for mods too. Welcome back. Be sure you guys, be sure if you haven't already, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button down below. Plus, hit the notification bell and set that to all notifications so you get all of the latest updates from videos that get posted and all that. Like, I actually recently posted something yesterday for the first time in a while. So definitely feel free to go check that out. Anytime that y'all are free, there's no rush on checking things out. Just check it to your ability and all that. But yeah, y'all feel free to also ask me questions down below in the comment section. Just all I say with questions is be sure you're being age appropriate about it. And what I mean, for those of you that are new here, what I mean by that is ask me questions that aren't stupid. Because I've had people on here before who've asked dumb questions that shouldn't have been asked. And unfortunately, I've had to kick at least the majority of those out because of that. Because I don't tolerate people asking stuff like that, but I've had to kick people out due to behaviors too. So, also be sure you are being respectful in here because, you know, I don't want to have to play the victim for escorting you out. And the majority of my lives, I've got mods in this chat mostly, unless if they're busy. So luckily, in most of my lives, I do have occasional backup as well, so I'm not having to do all the work and all that. I'd rather not. And I'll just say this now. I'd rather not be the only person that does all the work. My only job should have to be is answering questions that y'all ask me and have fun and not have to stress over that. You know? Hey there. Um, how do I say? Oh gosh. Guys, I'm just gonna shorten it and just say it that way because I'm not pronouncing it because I'm not trying to fully not butcher it. But Gus, I can tell that you're new though, so welcome. And for everyone else who's also just now starting to come in here, I hope you guys are doing well. But yeah. Hey there, Sean. I can tell that you're new as well, so welcome. Um, Jay, I'm gonna call you that because it's an easier way just to say welcome. I can tell that you're new as well. So I was fixing my little tail, was just kind of feeling not like it was staying up straight. But I mean, that's just what it does. Oh my gosh. Brahma, welcome back. It's been a minute. Hopefully you're doing well. Um, yes, I do. to answer your question there, Aiden. That's a cool name. And yes, for anyone who is new here, I am taken, so don't try to be flirting with me in the comment section. Um, because Brahma here, one of my mods will escort you if you start flirting with me in the chat. Just saying. Actually I did see your one question. And Brahma, to answer your first question, so far my job's been going pretty well. I will be on my third week as on I'm talking too quick. I will be on week 3 on Monday, the 15th, and all that. So I can't wait to continue and all that, but it's been going well. But yeah, so far it's been going pretty good. Just, I mean, you know, having a lot of fun and just getting to know um coworkers and just getting to know the environment more and just you know, kind of just seeing what it's like, you know, especially for a first time rookie like myself. And so, thanks. Yeah, week 3, pretty crazy to think about right there. Yeah, crazy. I know it doesn't, I know in my head it kind of feels longer, but it feels a little longer, but yeah, week 3 on Monday and all that. And to also give you an update on AJ. Um, he's been doing pretty good too. Even with his job and all that, and his update from him. Um, work for him's been going pretty good. I'm so stinking proud of him because for some of you that are new here, um, I like I said before, I am taken. Um, my boyfriend, his name's AJ, and I'll just say this, I'm really proud of him because some of you in my comment section that let's say if y'all didn't have jobs or don't know what it's like, I will say this right now. For someone like my boyfriend who works in, in for somebody like my boyfriend who works crazy hours as a rookie like myself. I mean, we're both first time rookies. I'll just say that for jobs. And for someone like him who has worked his first job for at least for he's been working his first job for like a month now, almost 2 months in a few weeks, just crazy. Um and the fact that he works crazy hours, like I'm talking evening shifts going into early night shifts, and then occasionally not every day, but a couple days sometimes, he's kind of doing at like um like a little early afternoon going into night shift, or even like late afternoon going into night shift. It's it's crazy. And I'm just I'm just so proud of him, y'all, cuz y'all I can never do what he does. Because for someone like him who works all the way through night shift, oh, y'all, imagine how that would go. Like, and I will say this, it takes the right people to literally do it. Like, not every person on here, or even myself, would even think the thought of being able to do that. Because, like I said, it takes the right people to have the patience, but also just to have it too, you know? Like, y'all, I could, like, even I've told him a little bit before, I'm like, I can never do what you do, honestly. Like, it's crazy, y'all. Like, and even, it's crazy and all that. And so, I'm just so proud of him for continuing to show up every day, not just for work on days he works, but I'm just proud of him for showing up and waking up and showing up every day, whether if it was a work day or not. And he's, at least so far, since he started, he's not woken up one day that I know of and hated or regretted his job one bit. And that just makes me proud to say that because, y'all, especially for the men who wake up every day and do that, and they get up most days, work their tails off, and they still choose to wake up every day and continue to work their jobs and love their job as it is. It takes a lot in them. Like, y'all, with my boyfriend, because y'all, he's been working since May 8th, so literally a month at this point that he's been working for at least a month now, and all that. And I'm just so proud of him, y'all, because it takes a lot in a person like him to do that. And y'all, even I just love how determined he is too, because y'all, he's he's the person I would want to look up to every day. He would literally, like, y'all, he's the person I look up to every day. And some of y'all don't understand some of this, but ever since the first day he started working, y'all, I really don't know what it was at first, but I don't know. I almost saw something totally completely different about him in a good way, not in a bad way, just for preference, by the way. But y'all, I feel like for me, I feel like I have. Okay, I kind of will say this. Some people have a hero. It doesn't have to be heroes from books or cartoons. It can be somebody in real life. Like, it can be somebody you know, or maybe someone around you, you know? Like, um, I'll bring up this and I'll bring up something that has to do kind of with that little saying too. Um, but y'all, ever since AJ started working a month ago, and just the way he gets up and shows up and continues to work hard as he can, like any of us would, y'all, he is my hero that I look up to. And even y'all, I started looking up to him right as he started working. And me just seeing how proud I am of him, but also me just seeing how well he's doing and just, you know, and a little something I do with him is I have him send me pics of what he looks like for work every day because I kind of found my little um kind of found something that motivates me more And y'all, motivation doesn't have to be just words of motivation. Like, it doesn't have to be, you got this, keep going. Or it doesn't have to be, I love you so much, keep making me proud. It doesn't have to be anything worded. It can be, you can just see somebody doing something, or you think about somebody and just, you just feel proud of that person, you know? Like, I've looked at the pics of AJ from the moments he's started working, and I just, even I think about him every day, and he just makes me the proudest girlfriend that a girl would ask for. But also, like, I have seen so many things in him that I wouldn't have seen in him 2 years ago, like 2.5 years ago. I'm not saying in that case, but there's a lot of things within that 2 years can do to you, or even more. Because to preference for some of my incoming subscribers in here, my boyfriend and I have been together for 2.5 years, almost 3 years in September. So we will be officially 3 years as of September 18th. That is just crazy to think about. And all that. And to think about where we're both at now physically, 2 years later, right now, we both have jobs, and just getting the feel of it and seeing what it's like, and just making each other proud and showing up for one another, and make whole emotional there, but that's normal. And just ugh, it's something, y'all. But like, I'll show you guys. This is just what I made. Because let me see. I'll try to. Let me see. Let me show you today's pic. Hang on. Let me see how you guys go. I'll show you guys some different pics, but y'all, this is just how proud I am of him. Like, this is a little bit of today, actually, and all that. But y'all, like I said, these pics I get of him on his work days that I know has work the day of, because I write it down, because I kind of have like a little system. I kind of do, to where it helps me out to know that he works on this day or he's off these days, because who knows, there could be a day that I forget what day he works. And let's say if it's on a day that I work and I get confused, because I mean, y'all, we all get it. When we work, we're exhausted and we're going to forget everything that day. And, or really any day, even doesn't have to be when you're working, you'll still will kind of forget regardless. Excuse me. But yeah, so I got both of our schedules written. Um, I have them both written down, just so that way if I ever get confused, or if I'm just trying to remember to all the things like that, then I can look at that and go, okay, cool, he works this day, or okay, I work this day, I'm off these days, you know. And so this was today's pick, but I'll show you guys a couple letters too, just to kind of show you some other perspectives too. Just why? Just this is what I mean though. This is why I say he literally makes me so proud. Literally makes me the proudest girlfriend that I could have ever imagined. Like, I swear. Just look at him. Ugh. I swear I want to start hypercrying just by looking at these. But yeah, there's a few just to show you guys what I mean, just to give you a little bit. But really though, y'all, it's crazy and all that. But y'all, yeah, like I said, I'm just one proud girlfriend to just feel blessed to be called every day. And all that. Um yeah, it's crazy. And so um yeah, it's incredible, y'all. So and then let me look at my chat because I know I've been talking for a good few minutes, which I actually need to look through my comment section. So yeah, I'm gonna look at that and then I will kind of say another little backstory, kind of why I'm saying some of this, because some of this makes me think about something that goes along with it. So okay, it's right here actually. Okay, good. I don't have to go that far. Anyway, it's awesome. It's awesome. Ugh, can't fast talker. It's ugh, wording. My brain. Give me a second. Too caught up. Anyway, it's amazing to see both of you come so far and continue to progress in your relationship and your personal lives. Yep. Thanks. Yeah, I feel so proud just for how far even we've come over the over these past 2.5 years that we've been dating. Like, y'all, some of y'all wouldn't have thought, let me just say this before I continue reading my comments. Some of you that are new here, y'all wouldn't have thought we actually met in high school whatsoever. But nope, we were high school swears back in the day. For anyone that ever wonders a little bit of our history, a little bit. So if you ever do want to get to know parts of that, then yes, y'all, we were high school sweethearts at 17 and I was almost 18. I mean, we both were seniors in high school, but I was about 2 weeks away from being 18 at the time. Yeah, I was like at least 2.5 weeks from being 18 at that time. Like, we both were still 17 when we met. But technically, though, we met um like 2 years prior to us dating because we were actually really good friends back in high school. Which y'all, this is what's crazy. I really didn't think we would go from our friendship being pretty good and just us being really good friends in high school to us dating senior year. I really didn't think that. And I was dating somebody else my sophomore year, but he was a jerk, which half of the people can get how those can go. And I actually was glad that person got kicked out of my life because he kind of deserved a little bit of that, just a little bit. And plus, he does way better as a friend now than he does as a partner. Unlike my partner now, I feel a heck a lot prouder of him, and just I feel a heck a lot more than I did. And I'm actually feeling the actual feelings I should be feeling. And so, um, yeah, and then fast forward, y'all, the week of homecoming, both our senior year of high school, he asked me out the same week that he also asked me out to homecoming, y'all. That let me just say that I I still rethink about that because mm, knowing the exact week I was asked out was homecoming week. Oh, y'all, it was crazy. And y'all, a lot of us know how that goes. We all know how that goes. Because homecoming week is like the craziest week out of like, it's like one of the most craziest weeks in the school year. Especially because a bunch of us are getting asked out. the same week, but also there's a lot of people getting asked out to homecoming as well. So even that's one of the most craziest weeks. So knowing I was asked out within that window was insane and all that. And so, um, anyway, let me just fix my pills real quick. Um, now let me keep reading my comment section a little more. Let me see here. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. Remember me? I remember meeting you in Miss Stacy's live. You love yes. Yep. Yes, I'm glad that we're friends too. But let me see here. I have I have to get up for work in 4 hours. Oh gosh, that's crazy. But yes, I am crazy about One Direction. Like, I'm wild about One Direction, I'll tell you that real quick. And yes, for anyone who's new here, I am literally a Directioner. So don't be crazy. And y'all, just because they aren't a band anymore, that does not mean you still can that just still does not mean you can like them. But y'all, what can I say? They've got a lot of good stuff. Like, there's probably not, in my head, y'all, there's probably not one day out of the whole year where I'm not listening to a song or two of theirs because of how good a lot of their things are. And so, um, and yeah, her lives are awesome. I'll tell you, it's been so crazy. Like, I mean, I've came on her lives a bunch in the beginning, but then I've just kind of stopped coming. I mean, life does it too, but hey, that's normal. But anyway, um, yeah, we all just gotten busy and all that, and so, um, yeah, it's crazy, y'all. But even I'm just okay. Now here's the other part of this where I was gonna bring up kind of what I was bringing up about AJ, and y'all, even with yeah, because like I said, with AJ and him working nights, y'all, like I said, I'm just so proud of him. And y'all, the way he does it, it makes me it makes me think back to the story of when my dad used to work nights back in the day. Because a little fact also about a little fun fact here, y'all, was my dad used to be a cop back in the day. And so he used to work also at nights for like the first half of my childhood. Not like throughout his career, but like half of his career. He literally worked nights for a while. And yo, it's crazy to think that, because even it's crazy to rethink about AJ and that, because knowing the fact that my dad worked nights back in the day, and y'all, like I said, for reference, for age, I was a lot younger than this. Like, I was twice the age I was. Like, I was a kid, basically, when he worked nights. So, of course, it was a lot more harder to see him during the day because the majority of the day, for most, he would be sleeping just to get his rest in there. Because, y'all, it's brutal. I'll say that real quick. It's brutal when you're a cop working nights. And the thing is, it's like, how are you supposed to sleep? Yeah. And so, yeah, so my dad, so kind of, I think I remember what he used to do was he used to sleep on a air mattress in the closet. And so that would be his spot where he would sleep and snooze. So that way, A, it would be dark enough to where he can actually crash, but also it's not, the brightness doesn't disturb him or anything. And so, yeah, so he would sleep all the way up till he needed to be up for work to Garrity and all that. And so, um, yeah. And so, um, yeah, and then he would get up, get ready for work, and then, yeah. And then, little did I know, I wouldn't really be able to really see him till almost the next day. At least almost the next day. And so, even the fact, y'all, that AJ's worked his tail off like this for the past month, and the fact that he literally works just kind of like how my dad used to, but the only difference is AJ works till like almost 11 at night and not like massively later than that, thankfully. Because, oh, y'all imagine that. Mm. That would kind of be crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Like, dear God, like, y'all, he would have been way more exhausted than he does, and all that. But yeah. Hey there, I can tell that you're new, so welcome. Hopefully you're doing well. But yeah, that's the problem, y'all. Because y'all, he does so much more than he actually does. Honestly. But yeah, like I said, a lot of his hours he's gone off at like 11. But yeah, he's at least gone off till like 11 at night. So, AK, he got off work like an hour ago and all that. But the best part is, thankfully, he is now officially off for the next 2 days. So, he's off Sunday, Monday, and then he's back at it on Tuesday. And y'all, kind of the crazy part is we're both off. So if we use both our work schedules, we're both off tomorrow, and then I'm back in swing Monday. He's off Monday, and then he's off Monday, and then I'm off Tuesday. He's back at it Tuesday, and then we both work Wednesday, and then I'm off for the rest of the week until that next Monday. And to answer your question, I'm doing pretty good. How about you? Hopefully you're doing well. But yeah, and so, it's pretty wild and all that. But yeah. Anyway, that's just all we're doing at the moment though, y'all. But we're just hanging out. Yo, let's go. 5 likes in the chat. We're definitely kicking off to a good start with likes. A big shout out to everybody who's been tapping. That means a lot to me. And all that. So, thank you for what y'all do. And all that. And so, yeah. Anyway. Currently on my point. I was like, that's so good. But yeah, that's crazy. So, yeah, but yeah, I'm just, like I said, I'm just so proud of what he does every day. And yes, you guys, like I said, I work now too. Like, I've been working for now almost 3 weeks as of Monday. And actually, I'll give you guys kind of a sneak um couple of work pics of me, because I showed you guys some of my boyfriend. So, for reference, this was me week 1. So this was like my first day. And then this was 2. And let me see. And then after that, I'm just pulling it up. This was me, I think this was either, I would need to look and see. I think this was Monday of this past week, from what I'm trying to remember. I think, yeah, think I think this is what I might have looked like on Monday, from what I know of, I think. I'm trying to remember, honestly. Um, Hang on. Let me see. I think it is, but let me double check just to be sure. Or hold up. Actually, no. Yeah, this would be Monday, because this other outfit I'm about to show you is actually from Wednesday of this last week, and then this was Wednesday of this past week, Mm. and all that. And then just my hair, which was just in a typical ponytail. And yes, you guys, there's a little, and yes, that's just kind of a little also peak too. So if anyone else was also wondering what I look like a lot for most of my gear, you also kind of get a little hint too. And um yeah, and y'all, even where me and my boyfriend both work at, we both work in places where uniform is pretty standard and all that, where you can be comfortable, but also like you can wear pretty much whatever you want, just and all that mostly, which is awesome and all that. But of course, like, don't wear stuff that is like creep stuff related, you know. But that, I'm not worried about that because I don't really have anything that's in the lines of that. So, on the clear and all that. It like I said, it can be anything that like that's the best part where I work and where even my boyfriend works is you can wear pretty much wherever you want most of the time. So like there's been like y'all for reference, my first week I remembered I wore jeans like my first week. I remembered. And then last week I wore shorts last week. So literally I wore black shorts both last week. And the funny part is they were the same color shorts, but the only difference was I mean they're both the same brand but just different sizes. Um it was just that one of them was a 3XL and then the other one was a 2XL. And y'all, it's good to wear decentable um comfort too, especially while on the job. And yeah, and even I wear my Asics, which are my tennis shoes, and y'all, I will say this real fast. For anyone who does not own Asics, I will say this now. They're probably the most comfortable shoe that you will probably wear. Whether if you're just going for a walk, whether if you're walking to the grocery store, or whether you're just going out to run errands. It doesn't have to be for your work attire. Like you can just wear it out and about. Like if you're outside, if you're running errands, you're going to the grocery store, you're doing what you need to do and all that. Or if you're just in need of a good shoe, recommendation, A6 is one of the shoes to look at because y'all, oh, when I tell you the insoles in some of these are so comfy, like it has like the best cushion material, even though sometimes in work it's kind. And what's funny is even on my feet still sort of hurt. Standing on my feet for for extended periods of time, it does help some of it. So it does help some, at least it does help some of it in it not being as long. But hey, let me just say this. I rather wear a good comfortable shoe than me wearing something that's like garbage, you know? And I have so many colors like all shoes do. And let me see. And for me, I think this is my second pair of Asics I have. And I think it was like a few months back, right? Yeah, it was like a few months back that I um went and got new ones because my I had, so for reference, I had so my first, if you guys are wondering what colors I had before, I at first had a navy blue pair at first. So a navy blue and black pair at first. And those were, I mean, both of these were comfortable, regardless. But I'll tell you, those lasted me probably a good 2 years, which is pretty good for a shoe to last and all that. Um, and all that. But then, of course, one of the insoles is almost coming, it's almost, um, not being intact. So it's coming, unintact. And so we all know how that goes. It'll make us nuts. And so at one point in the year, um, it was like this year, I'm like, okay, I need to get a new pair because this will make me insane by next year, you know? And it's always good to always get, um, comfortable shoes no matter what they are. But let me get in the light just so you can get a good, but these are what they look like though. They're really comfortable to wear and all that. But yeah. But yeah, these are like the and y'all and these are black. And y'all, I love like, and I'll say this, I love I got these in black because y'all, especially for work, honestly, it's for me, it's not like where I work, the shoe color is not a requirement or anything, thankfully. Y'all, I just feel like I don't know what it is. I just feel like any good um either black shoe or some kind of professional color shoe. Mainly black does really well. I would just say. It just does well. Because, black goes with anything and you're not worrying about things matching to potential. Like, I mean, sure, navy blue goes with a good variety of things like purple, gray, you name it. But black does 10 times better. Like, black does 10 times more options than just the simple, um, little things. Actually, I need to put this in front of my options and all that because I'm wearing these tomorrow. But, yeah, but just black, y'all, does it. And with my boyfriend, where he works, um, I mean, his are more of a requirement because of his job, which I get for him. And I think, and actually, me thinking about this now, I think it's actually crazy. We both wear black shoes on the job, but the only little difference is his are a little more of a requirement that go along with because of what he does, and his job. Unlike me, mine's just a normal shoe. It's not like, hey, I'm required to wear black in the building whatsoever. I just chose black, and plus, like I said, black just suits better for what I wear a bunch and all that, and it's just comfortable. And I think for me, it's God, how long has it been? And honestly, y'all, it's been a good few years since I've worn a black shoe. Just funny. Like I think it's been since early, Hannah, no, like late, yeah, like early 2022 going into 2023. So yeah, it's been since like my junior year of high school since my since I literally wore black shoes, like just kind of crazy. But the difference is those were Nikes, like just regular basic all black Nikes at that time. But um yeah. Let me look at my comment section too. So I'm getting an edge. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Um, and thanks. Yeah, mine are really comfortable. Cause I mean, yeah, like I said, Asics are really good to wear. And like I said, even y'all, you don't even have to wear them as like work shoes. You can just wear them as like just your normal like runners or just normal on the go shoe and all that. And they're just comfortable. Like y'all, like I said, Asics are like, this is like my second pair of them, and they're just, oh. Well, I could technically almost, I need to look back and see. I could almost technically say third, but I think it's second mainly though. But, but like second actual pair though. And like I said, black does really well with anything you wear, even in a work environment. Like it doesn't have to be like, you know, for example, it really doesn't have to be like you have to be in the whole professionalism state and be like, oh, I gotta require a black shoe. You can be in places like me, for example, that don't kind of have a huge requirement on shoe color and all the things. You'd be like, hey, you can wear whatever tennis shoe color or shoe color you want. Here, we're pretty chill back with anything you wear. Just all we do recommend is be sure you wear a closed toe shoe, which obviously I'm not gonna come to work wearing heels. That'd be ridiculous. I mean, walking it like that. Nah. And plus, I would already become prepared regardless at the end of the day. And so, um, yeah, but that's cool. I remembered when my boyfriend first went into orientation. So like 2 days before he actually started his first day of his job, he literally wore like black dress shoes, black pants, and black top. Like he wore like everything head to toe all black. So literally black dress shirt, dress pants, and shoes were all black. Y'all, the last time I remembered him ever wearing all black was high school. Like high school homecoming and prom. So so crazy. I can't believe it was that long ago. Like I can't believe that was like 2 years ago. To think about that off bat. Which is crazy and all that. And so, um, it was wild. And so, Um, yeah, it's crazy. And I'm like, dear God. And yeah, even the best part with him is he just wears whatever he wants and just his normal Walmart vest. So he knows he works there and all that, and his badge. So everyone knows what the heck his name is around. So if he has if anyone has questions, go to him or go to anybody in the building, or just or if somebody approaches him and spots him, they know it's him from a mile away and all that. And so, um, yeah. And I mean, and I will say this, yo, I kind of wish where I worked at, I kind of wish we had a name tag system. Like, that's the one thing in my head I wish we had. Because, I'm not gonna lie, parts of me kind of like it, but parts of me are like, it feels so weird at the same time. Because with us, I mean, we wear normal gear and everything. And, sometimes kind of the crazy thing about going into certain work environments not where not wearing name badges is just not a requirement. It feels a lot more weirder because you you don't know who you might be approaching in the building. Like sometimes you might not realize you're approaching a coworker or even a customer. Like, you know what, y'all, I will say a story time actually that kind of revolves around that. So it was Wednesday of this past week, and I was just I was just at work, and I was just folding all of the linen, so anything from bed sheets, bed sets, you name it, for like a good while. And at some point, this one person comes up at me and just asked me just a general question and asked me and said, he comes up to me and asked me, "Hey, where do the bay blankets go?" And I was like, and he didn't know where to go. I'm like, I'll put them up since I'm already folding things and I'm not that far from where it's located. And luckily he came with too, so it was perfect as well. And so went place and he's like, oh, okay, cool. I'm like, you're totally gonna trust me. I'm in my second week at the time. Y'all, looking back, yeah. Looking back, I should have just had the thoughts in me. Kenneth, I can tell you're new, so welcome. I do see you too. But y'all should have seen, I mean, y'all, ugh, it was crazy. So, it's so funny. I didn't think much about it one bit until, like, it was basically, and I didn't realize this until the end of my shift when I was just waiting for, my mom to get to get to my work to pick me up because y'all I can't drive yet and all that. And so um yeah, but um yeah, and so the crazy part was it was towards like it was my shift almost was over and I was waiting for my mom to get to um work to pick me up because I can't drive yet. And I've been the years of practicing, but you know how all that goes. Takes a while just to get the time to get that covered. And little do I know, little do I know where I was standing a good few feet back to where I wasn't in the way of anybody. But little did I know, here's the part though, y'all, where this came to my senses. So I was just waiting like normal, just mind my own business. And little did I know, I looked over toward the front desk. And little do I know, I spot the same person, the same guy that asked me where the Beyblade went. And y'all, in my dang mind, I had no idea this guy was an employee there. Because y'all, that's the thing. I really did not. I really did not lock in with this album. I'm like, oh god. Yo, and in my head, I was going into overthinking mode. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, he works here? Cause, yo, how am I supposed to know? How am I supposed to know how this? Cause, like, in my head, yo, how am I supposed to know that was an employee I just encountered earlier with, and not a customer? And that's why and literally, it was crazy. It was like, y'all should have seen y'all should have literally have seen that full thing happen. But yeah, it was crazy. And so it was crazy. I'm like, oh god. And I was not about to, I was not about to go up to that person and just admit it to my face. I just was not. Uh, you know, I just was not. Cause y'all, uh, I was not about to make myself look crazy. I just wasn't. I just was not gonna let that have me do it. So yeah, so yeah, I can literally say it. Yeah, so let's say if anyone were to ask that or ever wondered that, if I've ever had a moment at work where something insane like that happened, or if there's ever been an awkward moment, like an awkward embarrassment moment at work that's happened, and just, you know, I still couldn't believe, I still couldn't believe that though. I'm like, because, here's the thing. A good, a good, let me think, percentage-wise, maybe a good half of the people that I'm around, I could tell work there because I've been able to notice a good, majority of people that work with me because of area that I'm in, because, there's certain spots where it's only employees only back there. Nobody but us back there. So that's helpful for me to know, okay, everyone in this wing all works here. Because, customer will never go back there. It's only us adults and staff that go back there. And management that goes back there. But when you're working kind of around, like if you're in in certain spots where customers are also going to be in the same area, sometimes that might be one of those things where it's like, okay, it's like, okay, does this person work here, or are you just a normal customer coming in the building? Because that, y'all, even I was telling my mom this story as well that I just now told you guys, and yeah, it was crazy that day. So yeah, so I can, it's crazy. Like, I still can't get over that. But um yeah. Anyway, um yeah. Yeah, I still couldn't believe that. But anyway, um and so but yeah, y'all, it was crazy. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, so if any of you ever wonder a story time moment like that, there it is. But yeah, it was crazy. And so, um, but I mean, but like I said, I was not even about to go up. Like, I was not about to make myself look crazy. And I mean, hey, I'm a first time employee in the building myself, so I'm still learning every single person that works there right now. Like, right now, I've been able to at least recognize a couple of people, like maybe two or three, at least maybe two, three, or four people in the building, at least right now, which is pretty good. But yeah, at least maybe a good maybe two or three of my coworkers that I've recognized because within the 2 weeks I've worked so far, they've been like they've so having to work also on the same days as me or on one of the same days as me and all that. And so, yeah, it's pretty crazy. So, um, yeah. Anyway, that's just that's just what's going on there though. But yeah. But yeah. Um I'm gonna drift off, but I'm playing your stream on my iPad. I'll keep checking chat until I fall asleep. Good night. Okay, cool. Thanks for letting me know, bro. I very appreciate it. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. And so, um, but yeah, I mean, Lilio, like, when I say, like, when I literally say in those moments, it was crazy. But, I mean, y'all, that just goes to show that you're a full-on rookie and all that, still trying to get to know the environment. So, and like I said, I mean, like I said, I'm not I mean, I was a little bit, I mean, I will say from that, I was a little bit embarrassed, but not to where I'm like, oh god, I just made myself look crazy, didn't I? Or have like the awkwardest moment in history in front of my eyes happen. But yeah, I mean, hey, I was pro. I mean, like I said, I probably will think this, like, I want to bet every new employee for anywhere has had something like that happen to them before, or something little as that's happened, or or you just, or they did something completely different that could be similar, but not to what just happened. So that was like my kind of crazy um coworker encounter, kind of like my crazy what was what I thought was a customer encounterment, that it was actually me with one of my other employees that seemed new to, like, and the thing is, for me, I can't tell if somebody's new as well, because I mean, who knows, one or two people could be new to me as well, or you could also have worked there for years, and I'm still getting to know at least a good half of everybody to my ability, because I mean, that's me. Because I would rather get to know a coworker somehow, whether if it's on my first day or just keep going into my work my work day and all that. And so, yeah. Anyway, um, but yeah, it's crazy. And so, anyway, um, but yeah, we're just hanging out though at the moment. But yeah. So, pretty crazy. So, um, yeah. But all I have planned for tomorrow is just to, well, is I've got church in the morning and, well, I've got church in the morning, so I've got Bible study first thing at 9. But then after that, I am working with um my pre-K kids that I was actually supposed to be off for the month on schedule, but I got texted um a good few hours ago this evening and from the children's ministry director and asked me if I would um cover, if I would sub for someone that was supposed to um work in pre-K, but she realized that that person was on vacation, so I was like, yes, I would pitch in because I mean, I will say this: if I ever get asked in a situation like that, I will pitch in because y'all, I love what I do with kids. I'll say that right now because I love my pre-K kids as if they were my own kiddos because of how awesome they are and all that. And you know, it's awesome because I still get to see them like I would on some occasions. And so, um, yeah. So, yeah, so during service, I'll be working with the preschoolers and all that, but they're fun to do though, honestly, also. I'm pretty excited about that. I get to see them and have some fun with them for the full hour. Um, More like almost like an hour and a half and all that. But so yeah, so kind of crazy part is tomorrow, Monday, tomorrow and Monday, mm, are busy. Are gonna be busy ones. Like I'm gonna be, well, that plus Wednesday. I'll be exhausted a little bit. Cause tomorrow doing preschool during service. And then Monday is work like usual. And then I'm off Tuesday. And then back in swing Wednesday for it being exhausting once again. And kind of for those of you in here that kind of wonder what I do after work a lot, um, y'all with me, kind of like my little after work routine is I get home from work, get my things situated. Um, of course, when I'm on my way home from work, I check my notifications just to see if my boyfriend texts or my friends have been texting, and just checking things that are needed and all that. And even I start texting some of them back to let them know, hey, I'm off work now and all that. And I just go off work just to let them know and all that. Um, but yeah, and so, um, anyway, um, but yeah, it's a lot of just checking in with some people of mine occasionally, or even just going through other notifications of mine that I get while I've been um busy for 4 hours straight because I literally work like 4 hours for 2 days a week and all that. And so, um, and I will say this, 4 hours for the majority of us think, oh, that's short. That's not that bad. Y'all, reality is 4 hours of working feels longer than that. Like, it feels like maybe 6 hours or even plus more than that because y'all, 4 hours for anybody in normal life feels like that. But no, when you are working your tail off, it feels like it literally feels longer than that. Like it feels like time has went slow. Like it feels like the slowest time of day. It's like like you can think the slowest of anything. It's like, okay, when's it reaching 1 o'clock? you know, like y'all, there's been times I've checked the time just to see what time is in general, and I've checked it, and there's been times it's been saying like late 9 o'clock or almost 10. I'm like, dear God, it's only that time of day right now? When I thought it was like a little ahead. Yeah, that's just what I mean by when it's 4 hours in a work setting. Oh, it's twice as slow as you think it is. Because you were on the clock and you were doing everything. It's crazy. And y'all, and even with my boyfriend, he works like anywhere within like 4 to 7 hours or even 7.5 hours, just depending on um the time of day he works. Because each day it's so different. Like for example, the next day he doesn't work is not till Tuesday, and then he works from like that day he works from like 2:30 to 11. So that's like a lot longer than you think it is. Just impressive. Like actually I'll pull up that amount of hours on my iPad because um I literally have the images from all that. From his hours too, from the screenshots he sent me. Because now I have him screenshot his schedule. Just so that way it helps me out to write it down. So give me just a moment. Anyway, for those of you who are just coming in here, welcome. And if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. I'm just checking something at the moment. So give me just a minute to. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, yeah, this is the amount of hours he works. Yeah, so for example, on Tuesday, he works for 7.5 hours. That's insane. Like, that's crazy. And then Wednesday, he works another 7.5 hour shift. And then Thursday, he works a 6 hour shift. And then another 6 hour on Friday. And that's all the next half. Which then this, just so you know, this is like next week, by the way. Yep, and then after that, I'm gonna have to have him send me the next half of his schedule again because schedules like that only goes far, not that far into everything. So after Friday, I'll have him send me the next portion
of his schedule. And then also we'll kind of see. Moment of truth. I actually am wondering if he's gonna end up working, if he ends up working on his birthday, actually, or if he's off, because his birthday is literally on the 27th, and that's a Saturday, from when I looked. In which I pray, I kind of hope he doesn't work on his birthday, cause, y'all, for me, I'm a Thursday, and I don't work on my birthday so far, so that's pretty awesome for me. So that's good. I don't have to spend my 21st, my first day of my 21st, working and exhausting. So far, that's awesome. That's awesome. I'm not having to literally work my tail off to where I'm complete by then, you know? Because, y'all, let me say this. Who wants to work on their birthday? Not me. Not nobody. None of us want it. Not even I would. And, I mean, there's sometimes a Saturday where he's off, but it's not really rare, so. I don't know, there could, if I had it, there could be a likelihood that he could be working. Which is kind of crazy. But we'll find out for sure and see what um, that day looks like for him. Which I hope it doesn't, and all that. So, yeah, me. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. And I need to really figure out which one that I'm taking because I need to still get, because I still need to get my jewelry options selected. And I think my one friend who I usually have help me out, I think she might have passed out on me. So that's great. So, um, yeah. But, anyway. I mean, I can show you guys kind of them as well. Now I can help out the poll. So, to kind of I'll kind of show you guys by each. So we got my plaid top, which is really comfy to wear. This flower shirt, I sometimes like wearing this, but it's not often. A lot. Or number 3, which is this jean shirt, which is really cute too. And to kind of just give you guys a little reference, in my opinion, I will say, um, this one is really comfortable. Like, there's nothing I would say complaint with number 1. 2 is like a 50-50. Like, it's comfortable, but sometimes the outer neck of the V I have to kind of pull in sometimes just to make it stay where it's supposed to. Number 3 kind of depends on the day it wants to have. Just because sometimes certain jean fabric materials, like in jean shirts, are a lot thicker and a lot more bulkier feeling, so sometimes they'll feel a lot thicker than it actually is. And especially with like certain like pants and all that too, kind of just stick to it and feel a lot not in shape. So, um, yeah, and all that. But yeah, anyway. Hey there, Skylar. But yeah, this is kind of just. And then for reference, these are my A6 once again, what I showed you guys earlier, which, again, I'm working with preschool kids tomorrow, so I'm wearing these for my um comfort and all that. But like I said, kind of just thought I would show you guys kind of these two, just so um if anyone wants to have an opinion for a little bit, since um since right now I'm not really doing a lot right now, and I only have like an hour until I crash out because I've got to be up at like 6:05 in the morning just to start getting ready and everything. And so, um, yeah. But anyway, that's just what's going on there. Um, but yeah, so yeah, so um, yeah, um, yeah, but yeah, um, but yeah, we're just chilling, hanging out at the moment. But um, yeah, so um, yeah, so um. Yeah, yeah, it's pretty crazy, y'all. So, yeah, uh, yeah, yeah, we're just chilling. Yeah, let's go 6 people liked in the chat. Oh my god, what happened to... Oh my gosh, Skylar, you're doing another one of those. Okay, you know what? I'm not even looking at the comment because, I'm not messing. I'm not messing with comments. I'm not even in the gut of messing with it. Anyway, that's just what's going on there though. But, yeah. So, and yeah, that's what I said. That's what I mean. They're gonna do it just for a few minutes, just so I don't glitch.